Okay, guys, so we're just going to jump right on into it. Got lots to talk about, but only a short amount of time. Baby's sleeping and baby about to wake up. So, gosh, I almost didn't want to make a video this week. Not because I'm frustrated or anything else, but I'm just so busy with life and everything else. So, but I made one because you love me and you need more of me. So, where do we want to start? Well, let's start with numbers. I have lost tres pounds. I don't really know a whole lot of Spanish, even though I spent time in Mexico. Strange. So I've lost 3 pounds, and I'm now down to 314 pounds. And sorry, I'm lower than that today, but my weigh-in is on Wednesday, so we're not going to talk about that. I thought that this weigh-in might be a fluke because I was dehydrated from the night before, but it looks like it's being consistent throughout the next day. So yeah, I'm losing weight. 3 pounds. You're wondering because I'm doing the 5K. 3 pounds is good because what always happens, and I weigh in every day, and I am not against you weighing every day. I know people are like, oh, you shouldn't weigh every day. Blah, 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 blah. You know what? The way I look at it is I didn't pay for your surgery, and you didn't pay for my surgery, and so I'll weigh whenever the heck I want to weigh. No, but that's the way I feel about it. I think that the only time I ever suggest somebody only weighs one time a week when they're weighing every day is when they come online and they're like depressed. Like, I just gained a pound and a half today. And the next week they're like, I just gained a pound and a half this week. And always by their weigh-in date, they've always lost like 3 or 4 pounds. And it's like, just, if you can't handle it. So, but for me, I can handle it. I freaked out one time, and then I learned from it. I learned from my mistake, and I moved forward. So, anyways, I weigh every day, and I will say, Wednesdays are my weigh-in days because Wednesdays are typically days I make my videos, and so I'm just like, hey, that's just the accountability. Um, the last few weeks, Thursdays and Fridays, have been like I gained like 4 pounds or something like that. So it's like last week I weighed in at 317, but the next day I was up at like 319, and I think the next day after that I even hit like 320 again, and so I had to fight that off to get back down, and so that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. And so I've been fighting to get those pounds off. So if you want to look at it, I might have lost like 6 or 7 pounds. Um, but that's just what it is from last week. So that's just the way the world works. So this week, where are we going from here? Still training. Did pretty good. Last 5K I ran on the road. I ran 5K and I made it to, well, that's the thing. I have a program, and the program doesn't stop at 5K, even though I program it to run a 5K. It starts to talk to me. And so I was listening to it and walking. I stopped running and I was just walking, listening to it. And it's got like a 30, 40-second spiel on it. And so it tells you, your run, your average mile, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, oh, I think I should probably stop the race. So I took my arm strap off, and I was going. I had to open the program and turn it off. So it took me quite a while to turn it off. And in fact, it said I'd run like 3.12 or 3.13, something like that. Sort of 3.11, which is a 5K. And so my time was 43 minutes and like 40 seconds or something like that. I think it was probably 42 minutes. It doesn't tell me when it's done the whole spiel what my time was. So I think it was maybe like 42 or something like that. I'm not really sure. And so, hallelujah. That's where I want to be. If I can get in the 30s before then, that's fine. I got like 4 or 5 more runs before then, doing an every other day thing. And I learned a lot on my last run. Talk about that for a second. So my last run, it got hotter than snot here. It's typical Chicago weather. We don't have spring and we don't have a fall. It just goes from summer to winter and winter to summer. That's it. And so it was cold as heck, and I've been training in cooler weather, low 50s, mid 50s. And then all of a sudden one day I wake up and it's 90 degrees. So I waited until 10 o'clock that night thinking the nighttime would be a little bit different. Had a lot of issues. One of my leg straps that I have for my knees came undone. I had to tighten it back up. And on top of that, I didn't have water. I hadn't been running with water. And I was very dehydrated. I got to 2 miles, like 2.4 miles, and my stomach started cramping. Which, if you guys haven't run, if your stomach starts cramping, it says you're dehydrated, your body's getting damaged, and you need to stop immediately. You do not push through that. Um, Marathon runners will have that sometimes, and it's like the thing that's going to put them in the hospital or kill them. So your stomach cramping is a major thing to go. You need to chill. And so I knew to stop. I stopped, turned around, started walking home. And so, yeah, I learned from my mistake. I was kind of picky. And so, Becky, I had mentioned on my Facebook, I was going to buy this bottle. I'll show it to you real quick. So I bought this bottle, and basically all it does is goes on my hand. There's a little strap down here. I can tighten it. Actually, it's pretty much tight right now. And when I run, I just run like this. And it's just on my hand. So I don't know how much body, I'm holding it up like this because I don't know how much of my body you can see in this video. So I just run with it like this. It's got a zipper pouch and put my keys, and I can actually fit my ID or a couple IDs back here. So I've got it all here, and I just run with it. And I move my arms like this when I run, and I pump my hands. So tonight's going to be the first night I run with it, but I've been carrying it around all day today. Took it to the park with me with the kids and just kind of carried it in my hand to get used to it. And it's half full right now. You can't hear the swishing. So we'll see, and I'll let you know. But it's curved so that like I can just pop the top, and I can just kind of give myself a little squirt in the mouth, and yeah, moving forward. But with these bottles, if you're ever thinking about getting one of these bottles, one of the things I read in reviews of them is make sure you get the one with a neoprene sleeve, because when your hands get sweaty, then it gets all weird and with the bottle and stuff like that. So, and if you freeze this, then it's cold right on your hand. So the neoprene protects your hand, also keeps the stuff a little bit cooler on the inside. So FYI for your thought. It was expensive. It was like 24 bucks. So moving forward from there, I'm doing great. I'm doing the 5K here in a week. About 10 days or so. I think it's exactly 10 days from now. I'm pumped. I'm excited about it. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know about videotaping. I don't think I'm going to videotape during my run. I'm just going to focus on my run. But I'll probably have my wife or somebody videotaping as I move up. So I'll get some footage for it. I'll have one more video before then. So it's not like, this is my last one before my video. This week I am going to change my diet a little bit. You're not supposed to do that before a race, but I'm actually going to cut a lot more of the carbs out. Every day for lunch, I have a taco. What I mean is, I cook a pound of either bison or ground beef, like really like 90, I think 96.4 or something is what I've been buying. Fat free, so it's really good. But anyways, I cook that, season it with taco seasoning, and then I have some fat free spicy refried beans, and I just put some on a taco, like a little tortilla, a little bitty guy like that, a little of that, little meat, so beans, meat, then I put some cilantro, onions, and sometimes some salsa on it, and on some cheese, and so and then I eat that, and that's my lunch, and so and then for dinner, whatever, maybe I'll have a little carbs here and there from like a potato or something like that. Well, from now until my birthday to reach my goal, which my goal I have 14 pounds left to reach my goal. 15 pounds if you want to say I want to be in the 200s for sure. Um, but it's I already got 3 weeks. I'm sorry, I got 3 weeks to my birthday. But in 2 weeks, I visit my family, and They last saw me at 409 pounds. So I have 5 pounds to go before they will have seen me 100 pounds ago. And so they haven't seen a picture of me, nothing. And so I'm getting ready to shock the freak out of them. Yeah. So, but things are starting to fit. I got my 48s on today, and I've been between a 48-50, and I put my 48 shorts on today that were like a week ago, and now they're like loose. So, good lord. So, but shirt size, I'm still comfortably at 2X. I bought a running shirt, and it fits me like a glove, and but you know, it's like some shirts fit really well, some don't. So I'm still at that 2X shirt size where it's like I just need to get comfortable in that 2X. But it's still great, and I feel great. I feel wonderful. The only place where I get carbs, and I wanted to actually do a little product thing again, where I do get some carbs is my breakfast. My body doesn't like eggs, sausage. No, I mean I've tried it all, and I just can't. It's like I get queasy. I just don't. My pouch only likes certain things in it at certain times, and that's it. And so I bought a cereal a while ago, and I tried a little bit of milk, and I could handle it. Now I was doing another cereal. It was a Kashi cereal, so it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup and all that kind of stuff. It's got more natural junk in it. And I got queasy with that one. I think it was the milk and the flakes and all that kind of stuff. So I switched to this other cereal, and I want to show it to you because it's really good protein, really good fiber, and since I've been eating it regularly every day, which I have these little kitty bowls that my daughter has, and I just put some in there, and it's about 3/4 of a cup, so that's a serving, and then I just put enough milk to wet the whistle. I don't have enough milk after I'm done with it to even drink, if that tells you enough. And so, but I wanted to show it to you because ever since then, I have not had to take any Colace or anything like that for the the backup problems in the Budoe and yeah. Okay. So let me show it to you. Kashi Go Lean. It's called Toasted Berry Crumble. It's good. It's got some berries in it. It's good. 9 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, and 18 grams of whole grains, which basically means 35 grams of carbs. So I cannot get off this. This is kind of my fiber, and this is what my stomach likes. My pouch is really cranky, and this is what it likes. So if you ever come to my house, you will literally see we have like a little pantry that lifts up, and there's just a row of these cereals. I buy them by the buttload because only one store in my area sells this particular type of cereal. They sell Kashi everywhere, but this particular cereal is only sold at one store. I think it's like Target or Super Target or something like that. I can't find it in any other grocery store. So when I buy them, I buy a lot of them. So yeah, so I'm gonna run, and literally I'm gonna run, and I'm doing good. I'm running straight through. Um, with the race stuff, I run. My first mile is about I've got it down to about maybe a 12-minute mile, and which is a good pace. The program tells me it's a runner's pace. I should be proud of it. The second mile, I'm usually around 13 and a half, and my program doesn't have an opinion. And then the third mile is about a 14 something mile, and it calls me a tortoise. So, yeah, it says I need to speed it up a little bit. So I'm just trying to push through and do the endurance on that last mile. That's why I'm not running short amounts. I need to get the endurance for that third mile. I think I'm going to run up till Wednesday. So my I do every other day because my body needs to heal. Recovery is huge, and some people are used to it. And I was even at the running store talking to all these runners, and they were basically like, we were all just sitting around having coffee. It was kind of weird, but they were basically like, here's the deal. Until you've been running for about a year or so, like you could really end up damaging your body if you run every single day 3 miles or more. And like a mile run is nothing big. It's considered a sprint, and it's not anything. You can do a mile run every day. But when you get to 3 miles, you start to kind of damage stuff in your body. It's hard on your body, and especially the more weight you have, the more damage you have. So they were basically like, unless you've been running for years, for at least a couple of years, continuous, like we would not suggest that you run more than every other day. So I cut my every other day down, and it's good because I get really good runs in then. Whereas before I was doing 2 a day runs, and then I went down to 1 a day runs, but I was still dragging. And so once I went to the every other day, I started noticing I was stronger. And even now, I can say I had a knee pain from my last run, and took some or not ibuprofen. Can't take that. Took some Tylenol, and just continuously taking Tylenol, resting, and I still go on a walk with my wife and stuff like that. But just doing it continuously, and finally, this morning I woke up after 2 sleeps. I woke up and was like, oh, it's gone. Thank you. I can run tonight. So feel good. I feel like I'm ready to go get it. So, all right, guys. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for all the ads on Facebook. I got about 6 out of 160 something subscribers. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you're having a good week. Yeah. If you're not, well, then it sucks to be